What's going on, all my peoples out there? Hope everybody doing good. So we're gonna have a little discussion, man. We're gonna talk about the highest paying trucking job out there. And I still believe that if done right, and you notice I said if done right, right? One of the highest paying trucking job is still an owner-operator, being an owner-operator. As long as you're contracted to the right company, you can still make some really good money as an owner-operator. And I'm not talking about those guys that are leasing trucks from company that you have to pay for the truck every week outside of the company. What you call those guys? Lease purchase guys. I'm not talking about you guys. Sorry, I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about owner of the truck's operator. That means you're financing your own truck through the banks. You know, there's still some good companies out there that will that you can contract your truck through. You know, you got to make sure you read over your contract. If you don't understand how to read a contract, make sure you bring somebody that's smarter than you with you. Got to go over your insurance, got to see how much they're taking out and stuff like that. You know, there's still a lot of good companies out there that you can make some really good money with. You know, and you get like a really good insurance break with some of these companies. You know, a lot of guys are still going the owner-operator route instead of getting their own authority. And you know, that's debatable. A lot of guys, they just like to have their own authority so they can run around and do what they want and stuff like that. A lot of guys, they like to be leased on so they don't really have to worry about all that paperwork and stuff. If you're just starting out in the game and you want to get your own truck, my recommendation to you is to lease your truck on to a small company that's been doing it for a while, and learn the business first before you rush into getting an authority. Learn your craft, learn your truck, learn how to drive the damn truck, save on fuel. You know what I mean? Learn how to fix little things on your truck. Like every ding and dang, don't be running to TA to work on your truck. That's when you're gonna start losing money as an owner-operator. Owner-operator, you gotta get down and dirty. You know? You have to get down and dirty. Shout out to all the owner-operators out there that can work on their own truck. Island Trucker, shout out to you, man. I always see you posting videos of working on your own truck and doing stuff to your truck. Shout out to B Smooth also. Every time I listen to his video, he also mentions the importance of an owner-operator working on their own truck. You know, because it will save you money at the end of the year. You know, and we're not really going to get into some companies that you can lease your truck on with, but Landstar is still one of the biggest companies out there, man. Even though it's mixed reviews on Landstar. A lot of guys, it works for them, and a lot of guys, it don't work for them. The great catch for Landstar is run where you want, anywhere you want. You know, but as an owner-operator, you should not have that mindset. Your mindset is supposed to be run profitable, efficiently as an owner-operator. Anybody that live in the Southeast region, you might want to look into MAG Carriers. That's MAG Carriers out of Darien, Georgia. That's another good outfit, man, that you can lease your truck on with. They don't take a lot of money out of your settlement at the end of the week. I heard Status is also a good outfit to run with. And check your local area. Some of the best company to lease onto is those smaller companies, those dispatch companies that you can lease on. There's companies out there that will lease you on for and only take 10%, 15%. But you got to find out what's that going to give you, what that includes. So being an owner operator, to me, if done right, if you run smart, if you make wise decisions, if you're not running with your head cut off, if you understand how to run profitable and efficiently, if you have some common sense, you can still make it as an owner operator, man. But you need a little bit of common sense. You got some guys out there, man, they just running to run. They're not running with sense. They're not making sense the way they run. You got some guys that rather run all 48, making $1.13 a mile, than to run efficiently and run for over $2 a mile or $3 a mile, because you're making strategic decisions. The broker does not own you. Don't let a broker pressure you into a load that just don't make no sense. If you picked up a load before coming out of Georgia heading into Florida, that's just one stop. Let's just say you pick up a load from Georgia coming into Florida, coming to Lakeland, Florida, one stop coming from about Atlanta to Lakeland. Let's just say that load pays you $1,600, right? One pick, one drop. Then why in the heck are you picking up that same load the next week that got one pick, 3 drop for $1,900? You're making an extra $100 for 2 drop, but guess what? The timing. You know what I'm saying? You got to take all this in consideration. Is your time, because remember, we're time sensitive. Truck drivers are time sensitive out here. So you got to think to yourself, like, yo, is all this extra time worth the extra $100? No, it isn't. When I was an owner operator, you guys know by now that, I live down in Miami, Florida. I live down south. I don't know why I said Miami. You guys know I live in South Florida. And when I was an owner operator, you guys might want to call me crazy, but when it was time for me to go on the road, I used to put fuel in my truck. I didn't even call a broker or look on the load board in Florida. I used to just start headed to Georgia on a Sunday night, or I used to head to South Carolina. The reason being because the loads in Florida does not pay, and I'm not going to waste my time on a load that I'm not going to be profitable on. Now, I know you might say to yourself, well, you could have got some fuel money. Yeah, you're right. I could have got some fuel money, but check this out, right? You're wasting a day on making what? Profiting like what? You're going to profit $200? You're going to tie up a whole day for $200? Owner operator, you guys got to wise up out there, man. If you wise up, and if you guys start using your brain, you guys start thinking, you guys can still make some really good money out there. You can still make some really good money out there. You got to pick the right company. You got to pick companies that have their own freight. That's one of the number one ways to make money in this game. You pick companies that have their own freight, you will do all right for yourself. Exact Transportation, Florida, they have their own freight. They might take a lot out of your settlement. They take up to 25% out. but you're guaranteed to make a decent money every week. You can even run the state of Florida and not have to get out of the state. And there are a lot of companies out there that have their own freight. You know, FedEx Freight, UPS got their own freight. There's a lot of companies that have their own freight. You know, those furniture companies that hire own operators. These people have their own freight. They'll send you out with their own freight, and they might have you bring back a backhaul. Those are some of the better companies you want to lease onto as an owner operator. You don't have to go to the big mega carriers to make money. And you don't have to go to these companies that's just load board hunting to make money in this game. So I know there's a lot of guys out there that's thinking about getting your own truck. You can still do it. Just do your research. It's still the American dream, man. Don't let nobody stop you from doing what you really want to do. Just do your own research. Make sure that you're making the right decision. Talk it over with your family. Get rid of your wife. Get rid of your girlfriend. I'm just playing. Yeah. Hey, that's a bad joke right there. But yeah, just do your full research. Have a discussion with your family, and put God in your plan, and your plan is gonna work. Believe that, man. You know, believe that. So if there's any guys out there, man, or ladies that need any advice on becoming an owner operator, I have a bunch of owner operators on my team. I have a lot of owner operators on my team. Like, you name it. You name the company. And I know somebody that's leased on to that company. You know what I mean? So, you guys have a good day out there. Shout out to all the owner operators. You guys always hear me bigging you up, because I know how hard you guys work, man. I know the time you put in. You're not just driving a truck, you're running the office. Especially those guys that have to book their own load. Especially the guys that got to depend on dispatcher to make sure you have a good settlement at the end of the week. Especially all the owner operators that, you know, that worry about the fuel cutoff time, man. Hey, if you guys don't know about that fuel cutoff time, man, I don't know what to tell y'all, man. You know what I mean? Our fuel cutoff time is midnight. Let me just put a little bit. Let me just put a little bit of fuel in here until. If you don't understand the fuel cutoff time, man, you would not make money in this game. I'm telling you right now. Your settlement could have been $2,800 for the week, but you could have waited 2 more hours. And you did not know your fuel cutoff times, and you went ahead and filled up both tanks, and now your settlement is a measly $1,900. A food service driver check. You don't want to do that on operator. You gotta understand every single thing that's going on at your company. You gotta take advantage of the loans. When your truck needs to be repaired, that comes out your settlement. And the reason I said that, because it's always better to keep money in your pocket. If your company's willing to loan you money to take care of your truck, take it. They're gonna take it out of your settlement. It's gonna cost you a percentage, but that's less money coming out of your bank account. You know what I mean? Owner operators, y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man. Y'all made the right decision out there. Stop running crazy. Run profitable and run efficiently, and you guys will do all right out there. Make sure y'all have a good day and make some money for 2020 owner operators. Try to shoot for 250 or better. Peace. I'm out.